Alright everybody, time to get glass cut and ready to get it laid out. So I'm going to start out with all the sections on the main deck where I ground where the plywood butted up to the next piece and was cracking. It's the easiest step to do, and for some reason I like to start out easy and finish off hard. Don't know why, that's just me. But so anyhow, on all these places, all I'm going to do, I have 4-inch, 4-ounce fiberglass tape. I'm going to roll out, mark, and cut 2 layers for each section. It's all that's needed. All I'm doing is spot repairs, and my main goal here is just to ensure that the cracks don't come back where it was cracking. And this is going to do the trick just fine, I'm sure of it. So once I get all this cut, laid out, and wetted out, then I'll jump to the combing sections, dough rad boxes, and last but not least, the gunnel. So just to show you real quick how I'm going to do this is, all I'm going to do is just roll it out, figure out where it's going to end, and cut it. I know I said I was going to mark it, but well, I don't need to, just because I just don't need to. So anyhow, so there's my 2 layers. This is going to be really easy to wet out and really easy to just knock out. So it's a fairly quick process, even if you don't know what you're doing. And you really can't mess up as long as you get the cloth wet out good and all the excess resin out of the way. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to cutting, time-lapse mode, and I'll catch y'all when I get to mixing up the wet system. All right. Here it is, time to get the glass wet and laid out. So I got my wet system resin and hardener, my little mixing cup, and for those of you that don't know, this is a 5-to-1 process. And I got my little chip brush and my little 3-inch roller carriage. So that's all I need for this step. And you know, real quick, I'm just gonna cover this. Go ahead and mix this up. That's it, man, you know, 5-to-1. So when you're mixing this, you want to periodically just go around the edge, scrape the resins off the side, make sure that it all interacts with the hardeners. And as I stated yesterday, you know, I'm just spot fixing. I'm using the 4-ounce fiberglass tape. It's real thin, wets out easy. It's all that's needed. You know, the cracks that I'm trying to prevent from coming back they're really superficial, but they will make the top coat crack, and this will prevent that from happening. So, you know, it's just cut dry, quick and simple. Gonna be sturdy, not gonna be pretty, not till the end. So I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all real quick this one little section, and then I'm gonna time lapse the rest and we'll get it done. So here we go. Gonna start out right here. Now I've already solvent cleaned all these places with denatured alcohol, and therefore it's ready to go. So just real quick, this is all we're doing. And this is called priming the surface. Whenever you lay up glass, you want to do this step. It allows the resins to soak into the existing glass, and it just gives the fiberglass cloth a nicer bite. so that it ensures that it really grips to the surface. So I got it primed. Now I'm just going to put this piece on here like so, and I'll take my hands and rub it out, kind of get it stuck to the resin, and then you just go back over it. You know, I don't know how else to explain this step other than just kind of showing you and explaining it. Alright, so the first layer is wetted out. Now you just take the second layer, set it on top, and again take your hands, kind of rub it out, and you repeat the process. The most critical part of this step is just making sure that your cloth is wetted out and there's no dry spots, no air bubbles, which when working with this glass, you know, that's really easy to prevent. I mean, it soaks the epoxy up so nice and quick and just makes for easy work. All right, so this section is done. Now, what you'd use the brush for is at the end, go around and dab down to wet out the cloth, but I've got to sand this all again because I got to glass this combing section, or dough rad box, whatever you want to call it, and I still have to grind and remove the paint off here, so I'm not going to worry about that. But anyhow, let's go ahead and get to it and get it done. All right. Show you real quick what you want the glass to look like after you've wetted it out. Obviously, for those that don't know, it's just like this. It's all even. There's no air bubbles or dry spots in there, and that's what we're looking for. And this is the seam that we're sealing up. So just wanted to jump in and show you all that real quick. All right, buddy. I got all the seams glassed up and my back is feeling it. That's kind of physical, but anyhow, just to show you. Started here, and well, that's a lot of seams. But that step is done now. And the next step for these particular spots is I'm just going to hand sand with 36 grit like I'd mentioned earlier and glaze it out with all fair. And yeah, just keep plucking along on the rest of the deck. So, you know, it's just boatloads of fun. There's my products and what I went through. And yeah, so anyhow, on to the next step. That's a wrap. Got all the dough rad boxes glassed and all the main seams on the deck glassed up now. The only thing I got left to do is glass up the combing sections and the gunnels, but I'm not going to cover that in this episode. I'm just going to do the exact same thing that y'all just saw me do with the seams and the dough rad boxes. Now, as I've stated in the past, when it comes to, doing the glass work itself, I'm not neat with that process. I just feel it's a waste of time to be all pretty and precise with it, and well, you got to grind it and fair it anyhow, so I just try to do the glass work as quick as possible to where it still grips and bites and does what it's supposed to, and I've never had a problem doing it that way, so I'll continue to do it that way. But anyhow, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. As always, it's just me working. I'm just trying to share with y'all how I do certain tasks when I'm hit with jobs like this, and well, so far so good. With that being said, I'll catch y'all on the next one.